What's up guys, it's your boy Chexzz and welcome back to another video. And today we got my 2006 Honda Accord EXL right behind me, and I'm going to show you guys how to do a valve cover gasket seal. Alright guys, for today's project we are going to need purple power cleaner to clean off the valve cover before we take it off. 10mm socket, but I would just recommend a socket set because you never know how things go with cars. A valve cover gasket, of course, with some sealing. And then you're gonna need a hammer, a flathead screwdriver. Now I chose to replace the whole valve cover because I have a strip screw, but you don't have to replace the whole valve cover. You could just do the gasket, but I'm choosing to replace the valve cover. Lastly, you're gonna need some water as it is a hot day. You wanna stay hydrated. So let's get this project started. So as you can see, I have a pretty bad oil leak. Got oil all over here, oil all over the seals of this, oil on the ignition coils themselves. So we're gonna start off by replacing the valve cover gasket. I also would say it's good to have some gloves. You want to keep your hands protected. So first we are going to take a 10mm socket and we are going to start by unbolting the cover. I don't recommend putting extra parts on your car like bolts or tools. I recommend getting a cart, but since I don't have a cart, I'm just gonna put my stuff up here. But I wouldn't recommend putting anything under the hood because that's how you lose shit. It happened to me so many times. I'm gonna pop this off, and then we are going to pop this off. As you guys can see, my valve cover is doing pretty bad. I still need to get screws for these two, but we'll focus on that later. And then you want to get off the hose. So the hose is attached right here. Make sure you're being careful while taking off these bolts because they could just go flying, and the worst thing that can happen is you drop the bolt and you don't see it on the floor. So we can start taking off these ignition coils. Remove them and make sure you number them. I don't got any whiteout, so I'm just gonna keep count, but I like to number them from where your timing chain is, which would be on this side. So this is gonna be number 4, number 3, this is number 2. And as you guys can see, look at all that oil. You see? So this could be from a valve cover gasket leak. This popped just right off. I'm definitely gonna be changing my ignition coil soon. See, like you can see this one's really oily too. Alright guys, so if you take a look, you can see all this oil that is getting on my valve cover coming from the spark plug holes because they're not properly sealed. Alright guys, so I forgot to mention you are gonna need some pliers for some hard to get clamps like this one right here. We got that off. We just pop this bad boy off, and then we also got to remove 2 more bolts, which are right here. 1, 2. I don't want anything to fall. So now our final step would be to, of course, take out your dipstick, and then you want to just take off these bolts right here. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 if you had an actual bolt right here, and then there are going to be 2 in the back. Alright guys, so in case you didn't see, you got a couple of bolts. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, then you come back here. Got 5 right here, and then you got 6 right here. And then after you take out all of those and the ignition coils, then your valve cover is ready to come off. Alright, so before we pop off the valve cover guys, this is where the purple power will come into play. You want to give her a little wipe down because all of this dirt and debris, once you remove the valve cover gasket, it's all gonna go just inside. So you just want to Just want to give your microfiber towel a couple of sprays. I wouldn't recommend spraying this because you could get it all up in your engine, all that. So, and then just try to get as much as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm gonna take these off real quick. See, that was a close one. You guys be very careful because that could have been gone right there. All right, so now you just want to get a flathead screwdriver and then just kind of pry it up, hammer. Just want to kind of get at it from all sides. Here we go, guys. All right, but you guys can see we got the strip bolt right here that we're gonna remove and replace with the new one. There we go. It's the new one. And there we go. Just like that. For those of you that are just changing the valve cover gasket and not changing the valve cover itself, you're gonna have to do this. I'm not gonna have to do this since I'm changing the whole valve cover, but you guys are gonna have to do this. Tricky to get. You just want to get them from the inside, like you see, and that's one. So you just want to do that for all four. Just pop them out. Try not to scratch the inside too much since you're going to be reusing it. Alright, there we go. And there you go. But we are not going to be using this, so we are going to be putting this to the side. However, I will show you how to put in some new ones. Just kind of want to like find where it goes. There we go. So now, got the valve cover in. I mean, not the valve cover in, sorry. The valve gasket. Kind of want to make sure it's nice and snug everywhere. Alright guys, so the easiest way to get these in is you just want to take some oil, add a little bit and rub it across the seal. You want to line it up, just squish that right in. Just like that. Alright, so now you see we got the fore end nice and snug, so it is ready to go on the car. Alright guys, so right now I'm recording on my phone while I'm waiting for my camera to stop overheating. This valve cover seal is going to be in the corners, so you got one that is right here. You can see that there's a little line, so you want to kind of put some there to cover it up. As you can see, that's the old stuff. But you want to put one right there to cover it up. You got one in the back right here. Focus, yeah, right here. You got another line, and then if you come around, there's going to be two more. One of them is going to be right there, and then the other one is going to be right there. Right there. So you just want to put RCB on those 4 spots and you will be good. You just want to put a little dabble. Just like that. And you just want to give it a wipe. Just like that, and then you're good. Alright guys, so after you add the 4 dabbles to each corner, you're ready to put back on your So now you just want to add back on these little gaskets. Alright, so now that you got the bolts on, you want to tighten them in a kind of a crisscross pattern. You don't want to over tighten it like my dumb ass did. And you want to install your coils in order. So now that your coils are on, everything else is on, you just want to plug back everything. Alright guys, so I finished putting in the valve cover. Once again, my camera overheated, but guys, be very careful putting on these bolts because they're very, very easy to strip. Like, it's not going to feel like it's tight enough, but trust me, it's tight enough. Like 9 foot-pounds, because look, now I got to replace another bolt. So be very careful, please. 9 foot-pounds. I got lazy and I didn't use my torque wrench, and this is what I get. So don't get lazy. All right. There we go, boys. Just like that. The new valve cover in, looking pretty good. Outside of the strip screw, did a pretty good job. Lesson learned. Next time, take your time. Don't rush. Use your torque wrench. It's worth it. I'm about to go on a little drive and then come back and give you all an update. And then we're gonna finish up the video. It's been a day since I've done the valve cover change, and so we're just gonna take a little look and see how everything's been holding up. And this is my first time taking a look ever since I changed the valve cover, so anything you guys see is something I'm seeing for the first time as well. So first we're gonna take a look at how we did on the valve cover job. So we can see it's still sealed pretty nicely. Take a look at the back. Looks really nice. We don't really see any oil. So now if we take a look at the back, that looks pretty good. It actually isn't leaking any oil out of the bolt. Take a look at the back. I don't really see any oil leakage around here. All right, but the real moment of truth is under here. So we take a look, and wow. So you guys can see, seems like the valve cover worked, because you guys remember it used to be super oily, but yeah, now they're nice and dry. They look pretty good. There may be some oil still from the bottom of this. I got to give it a good wipe. But yeah, guys, so we fixed part of the oil leak because that was going crazy. But we do still need to fix the VTEC solenoid oil leak. That's the VTEC solenoid right there. Gotta fix that oil leak because that's leaking pretty bad. But outside of that, I think we took care of it for the most part. It's been holding up really good. Everything's been running really good. I'm actually about to change my spark plugs right now because my spark plugs got quite a little bit of oil in them. But yeah, that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is my first car video on my YouTube channel. I've been working on cars for a little bit now, but I decided to document it on my YouTube channel because when this is producing some power, I kind of want to just be able to look back and see where I started off with, which was a valve cover. Because soon enough, we're going to have this car possibly pushing like 250 to 300 horsepower naturally aspirated. That's the goal for right now. So each video we're gonna get closer and closer, especially when I start putting on mods instead of doing maintenance. But right now, maintenance is most important. You want to maintain everything before you start putting mods on. So that's what we're doing. So we're fixing our oil leak, and then I need to fix some other problems, and then we'll be ready for the mods. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you all.